Shalom everyone, I hope you're doing fantastic. Thanks for joining for October 15th, 2020 general reading. If you are returning, welcome back. And if you are brand spanking new, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's very bold on this channel. So if you get offended really easily, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but sometimes energy just comes across really, really stern. That's just part of my gift. I feel it. So you've been warned. Anyway, I am calling out to Jehovah Elohim, who is maker in heaven and earth. He is Yeshua, our salvation. So if that's not something you're looking for, this is where you're going to click off. Otherwise, welcome. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, and all of that, guys. We just thank Jehovah for this day, and we're gonna rejoice in it, regardless of what comes our way, because He's seeing it anyway. Anything that happens today, Jehovah's seen it before it was ever going to happen. He sees down in our heart, way down in our heart, what we are, what we're not, what we want to be, what we're striving to be in Him, walking in truth. Really our choice. I thank you, Jehovah. Bind, block, and rebuke all negative, dry, wicked forces. I thank you that you shove them right down to the pit and you expose them over and over and over again when they try to rise up. Jehovah, rebuke you, you foul thing. I thank you for love and joy and peace and wisdom and knowledge and goodness, for your mercy endureth forever, especially upon those who want to walk in goodness. Send a blessing today upon them and chase them down and just pour it upon their life. That they would just be rejoicing so much that they had to give it away as well, because there's so much there. Just bless your people. I thank you for your goodness. What do you want to bring out here, Jehovah? The good, the bad, the ugly. We'll look at it. We'll clean it up. We'll transmute it. We have the thicket coming out here, which is the thorns that are preventing intruders from entering. It also goes back to a hook or a thorn that penetrates. This is devil energy, yes, and he's under our feet, people. He's under people's feet that have the authority over him, and we have the authority over the devil, people. Only people that don't have the authority is those who can't pass the freaking test. They're kooks. They don't want to pass the test. They like to be piercing to people, and they're going to get that right back. So this is somebody who is piercing to the flesh or something like that. You also could be dealing with people. It's stating here also with this word, piercings, like within your nose. You could be dealing with somebody who has a nose pierce, or that might be you, just having some type of a piercing, for whatever reason why it's coming out. Jehovah's bringing it out. Chain lips and hooks and bracelets and stuff like that. So we're getting the word thicket. Let me put these over here. Thicket. There's 4 H's there. 4-H. You could be dealing with teenagers, and that's kind of like teenagers, like them to get the chain lip and stuff like that, and hooks and bracelets and stuff like that. So 4-H take you back to high school, like the ag. You could be a teacher, or you're a student of some kind, or something happened in 4-H when you were a student. 2 H's together is breath and existing. So we've got, that's 4 times there. So you could be dealing with a family that has a lot of H connections, or there's 4 H connections. Okay, bring everything out that I get. We also have a skull here coming out. The roundness of the head. Okay, this is also counting senses, or a toll of something. So we have the Gilgalet is the word, GL, 2 G connections here. I'm bringing everything out that I see, guys. Those of you who are brand new, I just bring everything that I see for any given person to make a connection for today's message, because the energy is still there. It's still appearing here for us. We've got 2 G connections, 2 L connections, and a T coming out. We also have an A, an M, an N, and an H. Another H connection here. A widow as bound in grief. That came out last night. We also have the innocent here. So we're getting more, another H here and a Q. More H's here as well. I'm just feeling led to give the letters today for some reason, and so it is what it is. We have the innocent, we have children here. We also have the hub, which would go back to love or a gift or the house or providing for the family. So the HB, husband energy or leadership energy here. And with the innocent child, yet there's a widow here. So somebody lost their husband and you're a widow, but you have a child or something like that. There's a connection type here. Something happens, somebody's skull of their head. And then we have piercings that are also appearing in the Hebraic language here that Jehovah brought out about in the head area. Okay, and a husband would be the head of the household. So something here with the skull. We also have to see and to perceive, which is the haze. There's 2 H's and a Z here as well. So person, place, or thing, first, middle, or last name, any of those letters or grouping with multiple letters attached to family. So it definitely is bringing family energy out here. All right. And so we are dealing with death because that's really suggesting death. The perceiving energy is the ability to see way beyond what is seen in the physical realm on that card. And it states as in piercing through the darkness with the vision. And that's interesting because we have piercing energy in the negative. And we have something piercing here to be able to perceive something right through that nasty dark energy. Okay, about children, about widows, about the head skull area, about a husband energy, about the innocent infant or children coming out here. Jehovah, what do you want to say about all this energy that you're bringing out? And if you are new, I just wake up with my audience. It takes me a minute for my brain to get kicked in. And like I said, I feel the energy. So sometimes I could come across a little whatever off maybe to you. It's just that I'm experiencing the energy. Okay, I thank you, Jehovah, for this message, whatever you want to bring out here. Give me about 3 cards, please, and expound on what you're bringing out. So we have the strength card here, and this is, it's obviously somebody's needing to have courage because there is death energy showing itself here. Okay, or somebody's head area is affected by some type of situation here. This energy would go to the truth about something here. Even the devil energy is about the truth. It's just a testing energy. You either prove that you can pass a test or you prove that you're an idiot and you're on the chain. Okay, and then there's death to that stuff. Okay, you're going to be stupid and piercing to people. You're going to reap. That's karmic activity. That's real reaping and sowing, cause and effect, people, with that stuff. If you like to play that way, then you're going to have to play and you're going to have to pay. The same. You and I need to learn that real quick. Okay, some people have to keep going around the mountain about 40 years to get it, but as long as they get it, that's the important thing. Okay, and somebody needs some kind of courage or strength or something to get through something that's been really piercing. Okay, don't care if they like that or not. The truth is 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 the truth. You and I cannot fight against the truth. Okay, only people that try to fight against the truth is the ones that are in the lie and they're in denial of it. Okay, because they got something to hide. Boy, it's really coming through my spirit here. It really is. And you've got to be just as hard because their skull is hard as a rock. You know, it's funny because right before I turned the camera on, I was spending some time in the scripture. And after I got done, I was reminded, my spirit had the impression of remembering of something that is said in scripture, that there is a people that have no understanding in them. They just don't understand. They just don't get it. And, you know, I was thinking about that and I thought, well, what a shame, Jehovah. I mean, it's just, to me, it's grieving. And some people just can't get it. But they, for whatever reason, they're here for our testing, people. They are here for our testing. We either, if you're finding yourself in some type of a situation where you're just angry all the time, you just got to be piercing to people, you just got to go do some wicked thing. You either don't have any understanding in you, or for whatever reason, it's taken you a long time to get it. As long as you get it, eventually that's going to be great. But I was thinking about the time that we are found in history. And that is in the days of Noah, like I've talked about before. And there are giants in the land, and there have been certain people who have been mixed together, and they just don't have they just don't have it in them. They just don't have it in them. We're told that the devil and his angels were only created for the day of destruction. They're for our testing, okay? To see how we're gonna respond, because they just don't. People don't get it. They don't want to get it. They can't get it. Some of them can't come out of that. They're never going to come out of it, because they were only created to be testing for you and I. That's it. Okay? And Jehovah says he's going to burn those thorns up in one day. And so we can rejoice that they're going away. Okay? They just are going away. They just don't get it. They don't have it in their heart to be kind. They're nasty. They're waxed gross there. Okay? And some people are just going to have strength to pass the test, whatever it is that you're going through. Whatever's taking place, whatever was opened up for something to come in to cause somebody to die. People have their own free will. Some people chose that way and then died and then became a retard because they didn't value their soul. And it is what it is, and it's a shame. It really is a shame. Jehovah, what else you want to bring out here? Only Jehovah can save, but they've got to call out on him, and some people are just too prideful. They don't want to. They don't want to. And this is the boy, we sure been seeing the this is the proud. The proud. What does the proud go back to? The proud goes back to Leviathan in the scripture. It really, really does. And it states that Leviathan is so proud that only Jehovah can come and bring that sword in and to slice him up. Okay? The divine has been bringing out a lot lately about those who just continually will stiffen their neck. Because we are in a rebellious house in the zodiac. Okay? We're in this house in the zodiac, in the procession of it. Of knowing things. And sometimes when people know things, it makes the wicked that have done wickedly proud. And oh my God, I got to cover something over that I know that I've done, and now other people know it, but I'm going to stay in my pride, and I'll never confess that something's taken place, because it's the strength of having to have strength of that thing to face it. It's too hard for them. They can't. They won't. If they're proud, they won't. That's why the divine has to come in and bring this tower down and knock it down. And then everybody sees it anyway. They already know it anyway. This is knowing. This energy here goes, I will. Well, you will fall to the ground because you're proud. Okay? But these energies go to being proud. And there ain't no way around it, people. There's just no way around it. You and I are going to humble ourselves and come up higher, or Jehovah's going to knock it down and you're going to go low and you're never going to get up. You're never going to get up. You're never going to get up. You're just sitting in your rubble. All right? And so we really are getting somebody who's caught in the thicket here. Okay? And they're either going to prove who they are or everybody going to see who they are today. Because Jehovah said in the very near future there was death for somebody. You're either going to rise again or you're not. I can only read it two ways, people, what's come through my spirit. But this energy will go back to Leviathan. And Leviathan goes back to like dragon-like, lizard, crocodile type energy. That energy, that's a they don't have no understanding. That's just all the time. See something, that's what that crap is. Proud. I'll eat you up. I didn't eat you. I'll point you, and I'll put my pressure in you. Those people don't have no understanding. People. That's what proud looks like to Jehovah when he tells us what it is in the scripture. Okay? That's why he has to come with his big sword and chop the head of that thing off. And it's why we see this energy here having to just be freaking knocked down. Just knocked down. They they just can't get it. They're stupid. They can't get it. They're only there. But this energy is also connected to genius. But it's proud there. It's proud there. They're so genius, but they can't figure it out. They can't figure something out here because they just can't. One more, Jehovah. It's kind of a different type of a message, but I'm going to give the word as Jehovah's bringing it through my spirit. It's interesting. We're getting the word skull here, and we've got the crown here being knocked down at the skull area. Okay? There's a bunch of people falling out of this tower. A bunch. This goes back to the star energy, and we were told not too long ago that the heavens were falling, the stars were falling. Okay? Chicken Little. Thank you. And then there's the Hierophant coming out here. Well, the Hierophant is spiritual energy. It's being practical. It's all kinds of stuff. It goes back to your marriages. Okay, this is sexual stuff as well. And we've got children here. And a husband is also showing itself here. And we've got hospitals where children are born. We've got spirituality here. And the rights to sacrifice type stuff. But you don't have a right to hurt the innocent. Jehovah's judging that stuff right now. It really, really is. For those of people that are in the occult and things like that, we know that crap exists. The Hierophant, your morals, your ethics. What are your morals and your ethics? Are your morals and your ethics with compassion? Because this goes back to compassion. Or is it proud? Because, like I said, you know that there's been things that have been done, and you'll never expound upon that to be set free. This is truth setting somebody free with this card, and having compassion to know that you need to be set free from that, to lay down the pride and ego so that you can be built up and have knowledge to teach for that place. Let's go back to teaching energy, spiritual teaching. Yeah, the moon is at the bottom of the deck. Something is very much emotional. And somebody's bound in grief here, people, because of things that have been taken away. Children have been taken away. Somebody's head was crushed. I send you love and light. Somebody's head was just crushed. I'm going to take a rune this morning. In the positive of this Hierophant, it would be to confess something. This is also being upright, righteous, and humble in the upright of this card. Let's go back to our home, our families. Okay? We go back to children and the mother. Hunting and chasing and laying down an ambush in the Hebrew in the negative of that card. This is society here. We got a lot of people coming out of that tower there, people. A lot of people. Time to wake up now. And this is waking up. Waking up and knowing some things, what's going on in society itself, and things that are in the city. We find towers and things like that and buildings in the city. Okay? Remember, we've had the dark city come out on my channel before. Okay? But this is piercing through the darkness with that perception energy coming out. So the truth is here. This is hitting the target. This is the, okay, so this is the 17th letter of the runes, which is the T, and it looks like an arrow, okay, but it is the T. It's the T-was. It's honor and power and drive and victory and clarity, but it's also intrigue, thwarted, and if you're going to sit there and plot, you're going to get knocked down every time, because we're dealing with Leviathan right now. But here comes the sword, because this represents the sword. And Jehovah said yesterday, you've been warned, here comes the sword. We got the sickle yesterday in that reading that I did last night. And that sickle represents danger. There's a breakup energy with the sickle energy. There's accidents with that. There's surgery. This is hospitals as well here. There's reaping and sowing with the sickle. And so it really is going to come out in another way here with this sword. This is saying to us with this rune that evil can be avoided, and to beware of envy and revenge and malice. Again, that's what the proud does, people. That's what the proud does, because there's deception here. There's big deception and lies in the negative of this card. Okay, and it's been hidden, and somebody knows about the deception, knows about the sexual things even within marriage, knows about things that have happened even with organizations of any kind. So also go back to bank systems and stuff like that, and the emotional things that have taken place with it. And we got death energies here, people. We got piercing things that have happened, and yet Jehovah's also showing something in advance of what's going to take place. If you're going to stay in your pride, some type of a disaster is happening. This is a card in the negative of this card. It means a disaster. Or you can have a paradigm shift and come up and face the truth and hit the target. Okay? Because if not, people, the sword really is here. And if whatever's at the top is going to trickle down to the bottom. And we have headship here with the husband with this card, which should be a gift to the family. But if the husband does not protect the family, he opens up all kinds of stuff, people, and then it just trickles down and it's a disaster. Okay, somebody needs courage today to tell the truth, because the truth is right here about the lie. It could cost your children, it could cost your wife, it could cost your life. It's time to get up and speak right. Or you're Leviathan and you just don't have no understanding in you at all. And you were just proving that you were the devil. And it's the day of destruction now, because all those thorns are getting burned away, because Jehovah's making sure. I bless the upright who will get up and do the right thing. To the wicked, your time is up. Shalom.